So let's see a summary of chapter 2. The Vendor of Sweets by R.K. Narayan, chapter 2. Jagan walks home passing Dr. Krishna's dispensary and Nataraja's press. The book on nature cure and natural diet had been in press waiting for time. Right, so we see that after work, Jagan is going home, and we see the people, we get to know about the people that he knows, Dr. Krishnan, Nataraj Press, and the fact that Jagan has written a book about natural cure and how he is waiting to publish that, etc. The script of the book has been handed over to Nataraj, but whenever he inquires about the printing process, answer would be it's being printed. So Nataraj does not have any hurry to do that. Jagan does not make a stop at Nataraj thinking that the boy must be at home lonely. We can see how a caring father he is. So he rushes home after the day's work. He's a caring and a loving father. And what is this? A very traditional old printing machine. We get to know about these things in chapter 2. Let's see more factors that we see in chapter 2. As Jagan passes by, he usually sees a vagrant or like a beggar who waits for the leftovers. Jagan does not like to see the dining leaves to be cast out of the homes in Kabir Lane. Jagan is also concerned about how people in his country depend on providing banana leaves for this purpose. So what Jagan believes and sees also is that when people just throw leftovers, in place, what happens? Beggars come, they depend on this food. They never work hard, try to find work and money and have a better life. They just get used to this life. Jagan argues that if eating on leaves is stopped, they would be deprived of their living way. So if people do not, just throw their leftovers, like this problem can be stopped a little bit. If everyone gives up living, those engaged in the leaf trade would be thrown out of their profession and an alternative engagement would have to be found for them. But it's not easy. I mean, there are people who provide banana leaves and things like that for meals and earn money. So it's a huge thing. Jagan, sort of sometimes goes for social critique. He thinks too much, right? And also, Jagan is aware about the fact that most people in this country who live here cannot afford to enjoy a better life. So he is very concerned about the background. He is concerned about the economic life in the country, etc. So here we can see a vagrant and the place that he usually stays. A similar place can be seen here. Let's see some more points that we can see in chapter 2. As Jagan passed a lowly statue which was towards the city, he saw Mali on the other side of the statue. He made a swift or a quick glance at Mali and tiptoed away as he's looking elsewhere. So he loves to see Mali playing, talking to the friends near the lowly statue. But Jagan does not want to trouble him. He was very proud of his son's growth as he was exceptional among others, very special. Whenever he goes to the backyard, he was much concerned about star constellations or Tharupaddhati and showed interest on astrology. So he has his own ambitions, interests also that we get to know here. The shed-roofed bathroom, which was not renovated or repaired, and the backyard leads Jagan to his past memories. We also get to know about the old house, the way the father renovated it long time ago, and still the washroom is outside, it's not properly maintained or made it, right? And also this is a kind of similar picture that Jargon's place also has. So such a lowly statue is there near Jargon's house, and he has to turn from there and go. Normally people and children sit here, play there, and also the kind of traditional very poor kind of washroom. So those are few things that we get to know in the chapter. And in this picture you can see Margosa. So Jargon believes in Margosa, the strength of Margosa and all that, right? He uses it for everything. It's a germ killer also. And let's see more factors that we see in chapter 2. Jargon is much adapted to natural ingredients. He's quite used to use natural things. The conflict between Jargon and Ambika starts when he forbade or said no to Sallow aspirin and suggested that she should fry a little Margosa flower in ghee and sallow it as a relief from headache. Jargon was very sympathetic, loving and caring towards Ambika. So Ambika and Jargon had lived a very kind of, okay life. When they were married at the beginning, they were very loving, caring, but later on, they had problems, as we get to know later on. Anyway, they had an okay life, and later on when she became sick, Jargon never wanted her to take aspirin or Western medicine. He doesn't want Ambika to suffer, and he hated her appearance during her intolerable headache. Later on, she had died from a brain tumor, and Jargon could not see her in pain. So basically, chapter 2 promotes Jargon's simplicity, modesty, and open-heartedness, and how he is bent towards naturalness, which reflected as one of the precious qualities of his life. So basically, even in chapter 2, we see more things about his daily life, his flashbacks and earlier life, what he thinks about his son, his simple life, and also his associates, what is happening in his house, what happened in his house, a little bit about his ancestors, about his generation. So more introductory factors can be found in chapter 2 as well.